Hi, so in this video we're going to take a closer look at personas and portals with ShareDo. So when you access ShareDo, you'll be accessing that through a portal. So that's a lens that you look at your work, and there's lots of different lenses inside of ShareDo that we provide on top of that work. So if we jump into ShareDo and have a closer look at that, when you first hit ShareDo, what you'll see is what we call a user workbench. Now there's two things happening here. It's loading the workbench definition for what we call a persona. So a persona enables you to personalize experiences across different personas, across your enterprise interactions. So they might be things like, hey, somebody needs operational oversight. There might be a support or service center that needs a different view. There might be some specific case handlers and fee earners and regulatory investigators that need specific views. And we can also extend them personas beyond our internal enterprise, out into our supply chain, out into our client engagement. So we can have things like specific consumer views and business-to-business interaction views. So lots of different experiences that we can build around personas and portals. So if we focus on the first one, which is my workbench is my aggregated view of all of my work. So this is a portal definition that says, hey, when you first hit ShareDo, I'm going to present your work in this way. And we provide a number of different lenses onto that work, whether that's task level views, portfolio level views, client management level views, lots of different views, and we manage that through portal definitions, which we'll take a quick look at. But if we just quickly look at some of the different personas in action. So if I impersonate a different user, so I come into here, I grab this Ben case handler. So this is an out-of-the-box business-to-business persona, and you can see my whole experience changes. So my whole aggregated view is talking about the portfolio of work that I'm managing on your behalf. So we can jump off into different pages, key dates, SLAs, self-service reporting. We can also take new instructions in our portals as well for intake and onboarding. So that's just a quick insight into that. And if we jump into one other, so we can say, hey, let's go and impersonate this user. We'll look at a kind of like consumer interaction. So again, you can see that my whole experience, my look and feel changes around this, where we've got a consumer might have one to a couple of different transactions. And again, I can drill through into that transaction and see a specific view that's personalized for this persona. And then we layer up that with a security model that really says, what can I do when I can get here? So quickly in ShareDo, if we jump across into Modeler, which is where we configure all of this things into our enterprise. Let's just stop impersonating, 1 second. So if we jump into Modeler, we'll stop impersonating our consumer because they won't have access to Modeler. Jump across to Modeler, and we can see here in our forms and rules, we'll quickly jump to the portal editor. So again, this is a zero code canvas that enables us to configure all of those different personas, all of those different portal definitions, and then glue them together through configuration. So you can see here, we've got all of these widgets, and we can drag them around. So these are just specific focused views, specific elements that deliver different experiences and different features. So I might want a task level or a portfolio level or some insights. So we can configure all of the portal definitions for that. We can see here as well that we can configure all of our different personas. So we can come in here and we can configure as many personas as we like. And then what we do is we target the portal against that persona. Now included in that persona as well is a theming engine. So what we can do is quickly theme our different personas. So we might want to do dual branding and things like that when we're reaching outside of our supply chain. And that's really easy as well, zero code. So we can configure as many personas as we like. At a work type level, as we've seen, we can see the work type hierarchy. And again, this is a specific portal view on top of that work item. Now, any work item inside of ShareDo can have a portal. And then you can configure what the page layout looks like, what all of the widgets on the pages looks like. And again, that can be a different view for your different personas. But what you're not doing is recreating that every time. So you can say, on my case type, we've got these personas that the experience is one way, and these personas where they experience the same case type in a different way. And it's the same technology that we use around designing and configuring these things. We come into the portal designer, we create our new portal definition, so we can say, hey, this is our test case site. Give that a save. And then I'm off into creating my portal. So I can create my own pages, I can create my navigational structure, and I can create the widgets. That's a quick introduction into portals and personas. In the next video in the series, we're going to be taking a closer look at document management and document assembly.